Welcome to today's video, which is going to be like a catch-up video from the last 3 weeks. I had some extra projects that I wanted to make from each one of those videos, and so I thought today I would just show some of what I've been working on. So the first thing is from a little smile kit that comes in this little container package that is so cute. Here are 2 of the designs. This is the one that I made last week, and this is a similar design. Here are 2 cards that are with palm trees, and this one I did with a starfish, and this one with a sand dollar. And then there's also these of kind of the waves going to the shore with sand dollars, and I decided to do those both to say thank you. It means so much. And then the last design is this one. And later in tonight's video, I'm actually going to be making this one for you. And this also has palm tree and then either a starfish or a sand dollar. Then the week before that, I did a card like this that was using the Patchwork Pieces die set. And so this uses 6 different types of DSP, designer series paper, and then you make it into whatever kind of card you want. So this is the one that I showed during the video, but then here's another one that I made with the same set, just other pieces of the DSP. This one is using the Circle Scenes set and the coordinating punch. This one is using the goat from the Zany Zoo set. And this one is using the punches out of the Layering Leaves punch that goes with the Layering Leaves set. And then the other thing that I'm going to be demonstrating for you tonight is a few more cards from the May paper pumpkin that looks like this. That's the Exploring in Color paper pumpkin. And so I'm going to be making a few more of these for you. And what's cool about these is that the cards all come as having the front and also the back. But what I've done is I've cut them apart and I've made them into 2 cards. So then you can actually get double the set of cards. So I want to thank you for watching this catch-up video where I'm kind of doing a bunch of different things. And I hope it still gets you going with some more ideas about how you can do stamping to encourage others. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave any comments with questions that you might have, and I will answer them. And please subscribe to my channel as well. So first up is going to be another card from a Little Smile card kit. So for this one, we're going to need these pieces here. And first thing that you're going to do is use the stamp, "You Are Amazing." So I'm going to pull that off, put that on my block. Get that in the center. There we go. Fill that out. Now, one thing that you might want to do, sometimes on these perfect pumpkins, I don't know if you can see, let me put it here on the craft mat, but there are these little tiny, I guess you call them chads, because you got to poke them out of this main piece. And so sometimes what I will do is I just rub it on something hard. Sometimes I'll do it on the edge of the table. You could also get like an emery board or something, but sometimes just rubbing it there will kind of flatten those out a little bit. But you don't have to do this, it's just whether you want to. So there you can kind of see, you can't really notice it quite as much. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to use glue, but again, you can use the glue dots that come with the kit. Are we putting that on yet? Wait. See, I need to look at the directions. Oh, okay, look. Yeah, see, I skipped to this part. Okay, so first you're supposed to put the glue dots on the palm tree, and there's only a couple on the sand dollar and one on that coral, and then it shows you how to set those on the card. So I guess we really need to do that first. Of course, you don't have to. You can do it in whatever order you want, but you might as well do it in the order they're wanting you to do it in. Because of course I'm not going to put the sentiment on the very bottom if I want it to be seen. It talked about turning it sideways, and the palm trees here, and they're going to have these two pieces on the side. All right, like that. And then the saying is going to go over the top. Okay, so those of you may or may not know me, but I don't really like covering up cute things like this. So I think I'm going to glue these on separate, further apart, so that they'll show. And I might actually, okay, if I was doing this again, which do we have extra tags of these? We do. Okay, I think I'm going to stamp this again, but I'm going to put this more to the side because I think I'd rather it be like this to where this is covering the tag. So I'm going to stamp this again, but I'm going to do it on the edge. I'm going to do this one here. Okay, and then I'm going to do it to the side.
It says, "You are amazing."
All right, let me tear that out again, and then I'm going to rub it again because of those chads. Now I'm going to put on the palm tree first. Okay. I'm going to put this up a little higher. Now I'm going to put this down at the bottom. These reverse tweezers do help to pick up items. Now I'm going to put on the... And if you have Stampin' Dimensionals, you could put Stampin' Dimensionals on here and have this stick out a little. Okay, which way do I want this? I guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, maybe it should go like that. Okay, I'll do it that way. All right, I like how that turned out. Super cute. Okay, so for this second session, using the Exploring in Color paper pumpkin kit, which came out May 2023. This time we are going to do this card right here on the right. Hopefully you can see that. And that's going to be with this pretty cardstock. This is the card base. But like I did the other one, instead of making this into the whole card, I am going to be cutting it in half, and I'm going to make it into 2 cards. And there's also this one too that we're going to do later. So we're going to start off with this one, and this is one that I did in another video that already came out. So first I'm going to trim this, and this is going to be, instead of 4 1/4, which is where the half mark would be, I'm going to cut this down at 4. And this here will need to be at 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. And I'm going to decide to take more off the sky. Otherwise, I could have taken it off the bottom. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to do the same thing on this back side. Here, you can see is where the fold is, so I need to trim it from here. And on this one, I think I will trim closer to that 4 1/4. I'm still going to have to cut some more off. Maybe I'll just go slightly more than that. So you can see it's about that much more. Then I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to put it at 4. So I'll just take off a little tiny bit of the edge of this tree here. And then I will need to cut this down to 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. So again, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut off the sky. So that still looks nice as far as it doesn't look like a bunch of it has been cut off. Now I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and I'm going to do that. Needs to be just a little more than 4 1/4, so I'm going to do 4 3/8. So it's going to make that tiny little border around the edge. And then going this way, instead of 4, it needs to be 4 1/8. So I'll do that twice. 4 1/8. And then hopefully that will line up correctly. Yeah, so it's just going to be a little tiny bit of a border there on each of these. And then I will take this and put this on a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 card base that's folded. I don't have this yet, but I'll do that later. Okay. So now for the first one, I'm going to just make like the sample. Okay, and here's the sample again. Sorry, project 1, project 2, and we are doing project 3. So it tells you here what you need.
You need this Moody Mauve rectangle.
And you need the compass, and you need some of the linen thread. And it looks like you also need this other scalloped piece. So that's going to be here. So I'm going to take that out, and you're going to need that. Okay, and then for our stamps, this one here, it doesn't matter where you're going, it's who you have beside you.
Mistake alert, I didn't realize until later that I used Cajun Craze ink instead of copper clay.
And I'm going to go ahead and use my copper clay ink pad, the full size one. Okay, so I'm going to take this and stamp that. Just going to get out my paper trimmer because that does need to be a harder surface.
Because stamping on a hollow table doesn't always work so well.
And then I'm going to line this up. There we go. I don't know, it has this coming up here, but part of me doesn't really want to cut off the image. But if I switch to, this is the back page of the original, then here, you could put that up here, you could put it down here. And it has this covering that up. So if this is covering up some of that, I don't think that matters. It also has just twisting your twine around. You're going to have that on the underside. Okay, so I can easily do that for that one. And then for this one, maybe I don't want to use this underneath. Maybe I just want to have this. Because I could do this up here, more in the corner.
So you just have to play with it until you get it how you like it, and then you can adhere it all on.
Okay, so I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. this a little bit on here. And then just to keep it down where I want it, I think I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of washi tape to stick down. But I don't want that to show. So it'll be like this, and I'll put that on there. Okay. Now this piece, the compass piece, I do not want to have. I don't want it to stick out extra, so I will not put the Stampin' Dimensionals on that. It doesn't quite line up. Usually if you don't push down really hard, you can reposition it. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm going to press it down for a second. So now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of that piece, and then I'm going to set this on here. Something that you might do that I did not do, I tried to center my stamp in the middle. You might actually want to move it over, adjust it over a little bit, and then you'd have a little more space to put your compass. Because I'm trying to keep this top part from going too far off the edge. And if you moved your stamped image over a little bit, you could probably move this down and turn that so it's not quite so turned, but I think it's fine. Okay. Now we're gonna put this on. And what I like about the glue is that you can kind of adjust it for a minute, because I usually don't put it on correct the first time. That's why I don't usually use the seal adhesive. Okay, I need to cut a card base. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut it in half at 5.5. That has a little mark. I'm not sure where that came from, but I'll just make sure that is on the front, so then that will get covered. And then at 4 1/4, you want to score it. Now, the dark blade on Stampin' Up! Trimmers is the actual cutting blade. So I want to use the scoring blade that is just going to make a decrease, make a crease in here so it's easy to fold and get it even. So I just usually fold right on that. You can use your bone folder to get it straight. Okay, and again, that is on there. I think I did not have that in the package, so I'm sure that that is something I did. But it's not going to show because I'm just going to glue this right on top. And I like to open these up and put the card piece on sideways. Just that usually helps me to see it a little better. Now hold it up just so my head doesn't get in the way of the video. And then you can fold that, and then you're all done. And I kind of like the way this is just kind of all around, not looking perfect. So this one says, it doesn't matter where you're going, it's who you have beside you. So that would be great for a birthday, anniversary, lots of different reasons. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is, since I did not put a Stampin' Dimensional underneath that, when I was talking about that earlier, what I meant is I didn't want to have a Stampin' Dimensional between the compass and the greeting, the sentiment. But I think now that I see it, this kind of pushes down. I think I do need to put one on this edge of the compass, so that will stick up more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take the top off of one of these, and then I'm going to pick this up. And I'm just going to lift this up and put this down underneath and then kind of press and twist to get my pokey tool out. Okay, and so I don't know if you can see that, but this does stick up a little more. I think that looks more even. Okay, and that's how I did that card. And to do the other one like it, I think I'm pretty much gonna do the exact same thing, except I will put the sentiment down here at the bottom. And let's go ahead and do, I think, project number 2. I have not done that one yet. And that's over here with the canoe. So let's get out those pieces. I had gotten those out earlier, and we do have an extra one of these we didn't use in case I want to use that somehow. But again, on these, I also think that we should cut this in half and make this into 2 different cards. This one won't have the canoe, but it's still going to be really pretty.
Most of this is going to be doing the techniques that I've already showed you how to do. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit and put on music, and I will turn the music down if I have something specific to say.
The painted image down here to show up because it really is pretty. I think I'm going to change the saying. I'm wondering if one of these would be good. Best wishes, thinking of you. That might work if it's turned this way. Let's see. Sometimes what you see on the front, the size here might be a little bit different than what's actually on the inside. So you always want to double check things with the actual inside. I guess I should do this on top because it's clear. Okay, so best wishes. It's barely going to fit on there. For you would fit. Hello would fit kind of barely. Thinking of you kind of probably wouldn't fit. Oh my gosh. I've been doing Cajun Craze. That other one I did was not copper clay. Well, let's make sure we do this one copper clay. Always check your ink pad colors. I'm still not used to them, I guess. The new ones. Okay, so again, my purpose for these are not to do the most creative, detailed cards, but to just make the most out of the card kits or the paper pumpkins that you get. So here's what I did the other time, and then today I did these. I think it was this one was the other one that I didn't actually finish. Okay, but again, just making these look similar but different.
So thank you so much for watching this video where I caught up on several different projects that I had started in previous videos. Please leave any comments if you have questions, and you can use my host code to get free stuff. Look in the description for that. Underneath the screen where it has the title of this video, then it will also say more. If you click on more, then that will get to the description that will give you all the supplies used and links to go and get them, as well as links to my website. Stampin' Up! Also has some specials this month. You can get certain designer series papers for 15% off, and they also are doing an awesome special if you are interested in joining as a demonstrator, where you can get more free stuff and you still pay the $99 fee to join. And you don't have to be demonstrating for classes. You don't have to be doing YouTube videos. You can just sign up to get the discount, which is amazing in and of itself. Thanks and have a great day.